We move over $21 trillion daily on our systems. To put this into context, that's the entire US GDP every 24 hours. Our software and services support over 2 trillion energy market transactions annually. And more than 1,000 space satellite missions are supported by CGI software. We help to recover over $3 billion of improper medical claims. And this all with our 88,500 professionals across our global network. We are CGI. And my name is Berg. I am the Global Alliance Manager for Microsoft within CGI, and I'm very happy to welcome you to today's session at Microsoft Ignite. We're here to showcase our industry-leading solutions that are built on top of the Microsoft Cloud. But before we jump into that, let's have a look at CGI. CGI was founded in 1976 in Canada, so we're talking about 46 years of excellence in the market. We run at a 12.1 billion Canadian dollars revenue, achieved by 88,500 consultants that we call members of our company. We're active in 40 countries and over 400 locations for our clients across the globe. Our business runs in 3 main areas. We're active in strategic IT and business consulting, systems integration, and managed IT and business process outsourcing. And this all underlined with intellectual property solutions for specific industries and specific solutions. The digital transformation is a unique journey for each and every client, and always it starts from the client need. The digital transformation is unique due to the client's specific market situation, individual due to the available resources at the client, and it needs to be fast from a go-to-market perspective to gain competitive advantage for the client. CGI is set up as a truly agile company, helping our clients on that journey with client proximity model close to our clients and their markets, with expertise and talent at scale, empowered to act in a truly agile setup to achieve business outcome. It's not what we are doing, it's how we are doing it. We deliver. At CGI, we live a culture of ownership and accountability. And that shows in the results of our client satisfaction surveys. 95% of our projects are delivered on time and within budget, and our clients give us a 9.3 out of 10 for client satisfaction and a 9 out of 10 for client innovation. We also run a strategic partnership with Microsoft, where Microsoft is a key part of CGI's Strategic Alliance Program. A lot of our solutions are interacting with or built on top of Microsoft Cloud solutions. We have more than 8,000 dedicated Microsoft professionals across our 40 countries. We're an advanced specialization partner and for sure a Microsoft Gold certified partner. If we have a look at the solution landscape of Microsoft, we see that besides the technical components like Microsoft 365, Dynamics 365, or the hybrid cloud like Azure Stack, Microsoft is also focusing on industry clouds. And this is why we see the Microsoft Cloud for financial services, the Microsoft Cloud for healthcare, the Microsoft Cloud for manufacturing, non-profit retail, and sustainability. And this is where CGI's strength comes into play. We are able to help with all the technical details of Teams integration, CRM migrations, or Azure adoptions. But we also have industry solution and CGI-owned intellectual property solutions that are built for industry. And that's what we want to zoom in today. At CGI, we're organized in so-called industry cabinets to steer and drive our posture strategically with more than 600 industry leaders who orchestrate our continued growth. We're analyzing frequently industry, business and technology trends and gather insights you can act on. We continuously collaborate to evolve our assets and accelerators and drive cross-industry ecosystems. Our industry experience embraces 10 industries that you can see here. These industries are no silos. We organize them under one head, our global industry team. And now I'm happy to introduce you to Annette Trenz. She's the head of our business intelligence team and responsible for CGI industry posture globally. Annette, what concretely are you doing at CGI?
Hi, Eric. Hi, everybody. As you mentioned before, Eric, we are helping our clients on their digital transformation journey throughout their complete value chain. And in order to do so, we need to know, of course, the industries. And I'm representing the team of global industry leads. So each industry lead in my team is overseeing the future development of his or her industry globally to drive CGI's industry posture strategically. Every year, we are interviewing in our Voice of the Client program nearly 1,700 of our clients about their specific industry trends and challenges. And this year, 25% of them across all industries see results from their digital transformation strategies. The pandemic was really a driver for that strong increase compared to the previous years. However, that number means as well there are 75% out there that still need support. So there is still a lot to do for us.
So talking about digital transformation is something we do for quite some years now. I can imagine you saw already several technology trends as well. And are you investigating in those future technology trends too?
Yes, you're right, Eric. Digital transformation is nothing new. It's a journey with huge impacts in the way of working and the technology we are using. However, we normally start from a business perspective to make sure that we have the right business impact and return. We need to know, for example, what future business challenges will impact each specific industry and what is the progress in that industry of using different technologies, for example, from a POC stage to the implementation stage. And of course, most interesting, what are digital leaders in that industry doing differently? So I give you tangible insights. Across all industries, clients have 3.5 cloud providers on average, while only 40% are able to manage across organizations multiple cloud solutions in a holistic manner. So in a nutshell, clients reflecting their own strategic direction with their peers and the market in order to stay at the forefront. So we help with industry insights and technical expertise to solve their specific industry challenges.
So talking about those challenges, can you give us some concrete examples of future challenges that you expect?
Yes, sure. Currently, several macro trends hit our industries. Let me give you just 3 examples. The first example you all know about that is the social demographics. And the social demographics is leading to a shortage of talents. In the OECD countries, the percentage of those 65 and older will increase from 17 to 25%. And for business, this will result in an increased shortage of available talent. And at the same time, skills for new smart technology is becoming evident. So the question is how technology can help to bridge that gap. And the second impact is, you all know that the geopolitical disruption that led to the question if deglobalization will be prioritized in short term. And that would have another big impact on global supply chains, of course. So technology for prediction and better adaptive forecasting or even simulation could support these types of chaos scenario planning. And the other third macro trends I would like to talk about is climate change. Climate change is a topic that really needs to be baked into the digital transformation of every single client. Across all industries, 48% believe sustainability is highly core to creating future value to their clients. Also, we observed a pushback by 10% with the beginning of the sanction against Russia. Sustainability will not disappear. It is becoming imminent. In my personal opinion, Eric, it will be the start for the next industrial revolution. And these challenges are all linked up together and need to be solved in parallel and at high speed.
Thank you, Annette, for those insights on those macro trends that really sound challenging. So how is technology coming into play to support at this?
All the mentioned challenges require innovation. If you remember at the beginning, technology was called an enabler. Then when more and more new business models were established, it was called a driver. But now, in order to respond to those market changes in a required speed, technology really needs to become business.
Okay, and I know that you brought us some demos of business solution that CGI has built. So what demos did you bring?
Exactly, Eric. At CGI, we develop industry solution and IP together with our clients to make sure they really hit the need. So in your intro, Eric, you mentioned that we are moving 21 trillion US dollar every single day. That's true. So the first IP presentation is for financial institutions to demonstrate our CGI All Payments, our enterprise payments solution, which is currently deployed in Microsoft Azure for financial institutions. And the second demo we brought is more in the healthcare industry. In healthcare, it is all about connecting silos for the better of the patient. Our IP Trusted Fabric is a product born out of the need to overcome the reluctance of sharing data with partners and competitors. A prerequisite for this is, of course, trust. Our IP Trusted Fabric shows how this can look like. And the last demo we brought is something very specific. We can observe that industries have one thing in common. They are trying to implement ecosystems between partners to enable them for collaboration. And ecosystems are based on rules and regulation and data. If, for example, a new partner needs to be added or a regulation adapted, this can be done in our Agile DX solution without implementing one single line of code. And that is, of course, a booster for the earlier mentioned time to market. This solution has been, for example, applied for hydrogen trading or ESG sustainability data exchange.
Wow, that sounds like we have some really cool demos with us. So happy to have you here, Annette. Thank you for all the insights you gave us. And now to all our listeners today, please go ahead, watch the demo videos, click the links, have a look at the white papers that we provided to learn a little bit more about the three solutions that Annette was mentioning now. And besides that, thank you for joining us today. Have a great conference, enjoy Microsoft Ignite, and see you soon.